Picture this. You're walking through a construction site, but something feels off. The usual roar of diesel engines is gone. The air doesn't reek of exhaust. And that massive excavator moving 30 tons of earth? It's making less noise than your neighbor's lawnmower. Welcome to Volvo's silent revolution. While industry giants like Caterpillar and Komatsu fight over horsepower specs, one company is quietly rewriting the entire playbook of construction equipment. But here's what nobody's talking about. These machines are already out there, right now. Digging foundations in Stockholm, moving aggregate in European quarries, and some of them don't even have human operators. The question isn't whether electric construction equipment will work, it's whether the industry is ready for what comes next. Because what Volvo is building isn't just cleaner or quieter, it's fundamentally different. And depending on who you ask, it's either the future of construction or a massive, expensive mistake. Today, we dig deep into Volvo's quiet takeover. This is Hard Hat Industries. For over a century, diesel ruled construction sites. Reliable, powerful, proven in conditions that would destroy anything else. So when Volvo announced in 2019 they would stop developing new diesel models for compact equipment, focusing instead on electric alternatives, the reaction was mixed. Industry veterans asked obvious questions. Can an electric excavator handle 12-hour shifts in Canadian winters? What happens when your loader dies mid-pour because someone forgot to charge it? But Volvo wasn't making a PR announcement. They were already testing production machines. The ECR25 Electric, the L25 Electric. These machines are now working on real job sites across Europe. And the early results? Complicated. In controlled environments, these machines deliver everything promised. Dramatically lower operating costs, zero local emissions, maintenance schedules measured in months, not weeks. But controlled environments aren't construction sites. Bjorn Eriksson, a site foreman in northern Sweden, volunteered his crew for Volvo's early electric trials. His first week with the ECR25 Electric went smoothly. Then the temperature dropped to -20 degrees Celsius. Battery performance dropped up to 40%. What should have been 8-hour work cycles became 5 hours of operation, followed by lengthy charging periods. Day jobs suddenly required overnight charging breaks. This is basic battery physics. But while automotive companies can tell customers to plug in overnight, construction equipment often works around the clock. A dead excavator at 2 a.m. can shut down an entire project timeline. Volvo responded with thermal management systems and heated battery enclosures. The technology works, but adds complexity, costs, and another failure point. Yet despite these challenges, something remarkable was happening. While everyone focused on battery problems, Volvo was solving a different puzzle: completely autonomous job sites. Enter the TA15. This machine looks like it escaped from science fiction. No cab, no operator seat, no steering wheel, just a sleek electric hauler that moves material with algorithmic precision. The TA15 isn't a concept, it's operational, right now. In Scandinavian quarries, these machines work 24-hour shifts, moving aggregate with 98% fewer emissions and 40% lower operating costs compared to traditional haulers. But here's what makes this revolutionary. The TA15 doesn't just replace human operators. It eliminates entire categories of safety risks. No operator fatigue, no visibility issues, no human error in hazardous conditions. Of course, there's a catch. Sarah Chen has operated heavy machinery for 15 years. She can feel when a hydraulic pump is failing. sense unstable ground conditions, and make split-second decisions that keep projects safe and on schedule. Can an algorithm replace that intuition? In controlled environments, quarries, large-scale earth-moving, repetitive hauling, autonomous systems excel. They are consistent and never get tired. But construction sites are chaotic. Weather changes, underground utilities appear unexpectedly, delivery trucks block paths, pedestrians wander into work zones. Volvo discovered their autonomous systems handled 95% of scenarios flawlessly. It's the other 5% that creates problems. During one German test, a TA15 hauler stopped for 40 minutes because geese landed in its path. The machine's safety systems prevented it from proceeding until human intervention cleared the obstacle. This creates fascinating tension. The technology works, but exposes just how much skilled operators actually do beyond moving controls. And this brings us to the industry's dirty little secret. Electric construction equipment isn't just different, it's expensive. A Volvo L25 Electric costs 40% more upfront than its diesel equivalent. For small contractors on thin margins, that price difference can determine whether they stay competitive or lose bids. But here's where the math gets interesting. Over 5 years, lower fuel cost, reduced maintenance, and government incentives can actually make electric equipment cheaper to operate. The catch? You need a reliable charging infrastructure, predictable schedules, and capital for higher upfront costs. This creates a global divide. In Europe, green subsidies and emissions regulations make electric equipment financially attractive. Some countries offer rebates up to 50%. In North America, adoption depends on regional policies and utility rates. But in developing markets, electric construction equipment remains largely theoretical due to limited infrastructure and higher costs. Volvo isn't just fighting for market share. They're betting that global infrastructure will evolve to support their vision. Every electric construction machine depends on lithium-ion batteries, and the global supply chain for battery materials is precarious. Lithium, cobalt, nickel, these aren't just commodity metals. They're geopolitically sensitive materials often extracted under questionable conditions. China controls 80% of global battery material processing. Political tensions or supply disruptions could instantly make electric construction equipment unaffordable. Between 2020 and 2022, lithium prices surged up to 400% due to global demand. But rather than retreat, Volvo doubled down with an unexpected strategy. While competitors focused on building bigger machines, Volvo quietly built something more valuable: a data advantage. Every Volvo electric machine connects to their ActiveCare Direct system, streaming real-time performance data. This isn't just telemetry, it's machines learning at an industrial scale. When a hydraulic system fails in Minnesota, Volvo's algorithms identify similar stress patterns worldwide, predicting failures before they happen. When an operator in Germany discovers an efficiency technique, that knowledge propagates to the entire fleet within days. The more machines Volvo deploys, the smarter every machine becomes. This creates a powerful competitive moat. Volvo isn't just building electric machines. They're creating integrated construction ecosystems. The electric site concept. Fully autonomous, zero-emission operations where machines communicate with each other, optimizing workflows in real time. Imagine electric excavators automatically loading autonomous haulers, which deliver materials to processing stations that adjust production based on real-time demand. No human operators, no emissions, no wasted motion. At Skanska's test site in Sweden, this integrated system achieved 95% productivity compared to traditional operations, while eliminating all local emissions and reducing operation costs by 35%. But here's the question keeping industry leaders awake. What happens to the millions of construction workers whose jobs depend on operating these machines? Electric autonomous construction equipment doesn't just change how work gets done. It eliminates entire job categories. An autonomous hauler doesn't need an operator, maintenance crew, or supervisor for routine operations. Volvo has invested in retraining programs, helping operators transition to equipment technicians and autonomous system supervisors. But the math is sobering. One technician can monitor multiple autonomous machines that previously required individual operators. This isn't necessarily bad news. Construction faces a massive labor shortage. Automation could fill critical gaps while allowing human workers to focus on complex, creative, and safety-critical tasks. Caterpillar, Komatsu, and Hitachi aren't ignoring electric equipment. They're taking a measured approach. CAT's electric 301.9 mini excavator shows impressive capability, but they're rolling it out gradually, focusing on proven applications first. Their strategy? Let Volvo work out the problems, then enter with more refined solutions. It's a classic pattern. Early adopters take risks and establish markets, while faster followers optimize and scale solutions. Who's playing it right? The aggressive innovator or the patient optimizer? While the industry is focused on battery electric systems, Volvo quietly began testing hydrogen fuel cell prototypes. Hydrogen addresses electric equipment's biggest limitations: extended range, fast refueling, and consistent performance in extreme conditions. A hydrogen-powered excavator could work 12-hour shifts in Arctic conditions and refuel in minutes. But hydrogen infrastructure is even less developed than electric charging networks. This creates a three-way race: battery electric systems with current limitations, diesel systems with environmental pressures, and hydrogen systems with massive potential but minimal infrastructure. Volvo is betting on all three: diesel for immediate needs, electric for urban environments, and hydrogen for heavy-duty applications. Remember that silent construction site I described at the beginning? It's not science fiction anymore. Whether you're an operator worried about job security, a contractor evaluating purchases, or an investor tracking trends, Volvo's electric revolution affects you directly. The transformation is happening fast. Electric equipment sales are booming. Autonomous systems run across continents, and costs are dropping. That future isn't decades away. It's happening now. So here's my question. Have you worked with electric construction equipment? What was your experience? Are the benefits worth the trade-offs? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Your real-world experience means more than any marketing claims. If you found this deep dive valuable, hit subscribe. We cover the tech and trends reshaping heavy industry, often before they make headlines. This is Hard Hat Industries. Keep building smart. Keep digging deep.